Assalamu alaikum. This is video 9. Okay. So now, okay. So there are, as we said, okay. As I said, there are 7 planets, 2 parent pillars, and wait. There are 7 planets, 2 parent pillars. The universe is a family, just as man was ordered to be a family, like the universe. And the universe has 12 constellations. Out of those 12 constellations come humanity, and humanity is born of those constellations. Each one has the sun sign represents their dominant, let's say their dominant house. Okay. So if if the sun is in Pisces when they're born, their dominant house, they're of the constellation of Pisces. That's their house, their solar house. That's the house of their soul. They come out of, and that has a spiritual, that out of that house. Let's say that house, they have special duties on Earth. Okay, out of the house of Aries, have a special duty as it relates to their location, and their soul. Okay, their soul's purpose, right? You got to do your soul's purpose. That is your will. That is Allah's will for every humanity on earth. So coming out of we're out of that family of stars, right? Of constellations, right? That will be our home. Okay. Now, and following Allah's will, meaning doing what's right, it guides you closer and closer back to your celestial home, right? And the consciousness of your celestial home, the consciousness in your solar house, right? Because each solar house has a duty, right? Okay, so and those solar houses will be the constellations, okay, and the planets of those solar houses would be the children of the celestial pillars, right? Which would be Nibiru and Apollo, or Thoth, right? Or our solar system. Or Nibiru and our sun, which would be Thoth, or I'll call it Michael, because that's the sun's name, right? Michael. So it would be Nibiru and Michael, right? And Michael protects the human family, as he did when he protected them from the outcast spirit, when the outcast spirit attacked them when in their original home in Jannah, right? Okay, so Nibiru is the mother solar system, and Michael is the father solar system, right? So when Nibiru and Michael come together, then they make the planets, right? They form the planets. They order the planets, right? Okay, so they're the parents. They're the parents, the pillars, right? Which was called Boaz and Jachin, right? Okay, so as we said, it's a stellar family, and out of that stellar family come humanity, okay, and Earth itself too, right? So when Allah made order of the universe, right? Because when He came across the waters, the celestial waters, they were all one, right? Chaos. And He ordered the universe. He created the planets and separated that and separated this and made the sun and the moon and the stars and ordered them which direction to go, and then created life to live in the planet to sustain, created the world to sustain the life and all of that, right? Okay. Like I said, religion is a science. If you do your studying, right, and you'll find out who you are and all of that in this divine order. Okay, so the universe is a celestial family, okay, celestial bodies, okay, 9 celestial bodies, okay, just like Ramadan is 9, just like it takes 9 months for a baby to fully mature, right? So the universe is a celestial body, a celestial family, which is a family, is a body of 9, right? In the family, just as I said, as Ramadan is the 9th month on the Islamic calendar, and and 9 is the time it takes the Earth's baby to fully develop inside of its earthly mother's womb. Atop the 9 is the one, okay, the one, and only, the only one that controls it all, and that is Allah, the creator of the universe, the celestial and the creator of the universe, creator of the celestial family, creator of all the orbs, that is the planets, creator of all the planets that are, created all the humanity that is created of the celestial energy, right, to coexist in perfect harmony, and the two parent pillars that unite all of the bodies, the celestial bodies together, the two parent pillars being Michael and Nibiru, right? And he unites them. The parents unite them to connect with the throne that is under Allah, right? Now, and in the Quran it says, if there was more than one God, more than one creator, wouldn't there be chaos? Wouldn't there be? Why is there order in the universe? Because it was one who ordered it, and all of humanity has to follow that divine order. Okay, even the planets have to follow it, right? We have to follow the order of the planets, right? We have to be like the planets, follow the example of the planets, right? And that is act in harmony with one another as a family, act as a family, and care for one another, and be harmonious with one another, okay? And not try to overtake one another. The planets, they operate in perfect harmony, Even when the mother, returns, or gets closer. Even when the mother gets closer, it will do so according to Allah's will, in harmony. So all the harmony in the universe is controlled by one mind, one will, one consciousness, Allah. And that is how peace is maintained in the universe. Okay? All, in accordance. And all those who go against that, synchronicity, sin, right? They sin against it. They go against it. They are the Antichrist. They go against it, and they try to create antimatter to sustain themselves, and in the natural world, right? The natural order. They try to go against it, and they try to find a means by which to sustain themselves in the unnatural consciousness they create. They allow to be created for them by the outcast spirit. Okay? So going against that natural order, the hierarchy as it relates to the pillars, the planets, the order, their function and all of that, and the way they transmit energy. They function to transmit energy and consciousness to man. Man is no more than an orb himself. He's just a different kind of orb that with a job as well. And he's got to get into his spiritual self in order to, he's got to become metaphysical, not just physical. Physical is just focusing on the commercial aspect of life, the economic side of life. What you can get, what you can buy, what you can have, what you can put in your house, who you can marry that can support you in this certain way, or who looks like this. All from a physical perspective, got to have a metaphysical to become whole, right? So you can function in a metaphysical world which already exists. And if the veil was removed from your eyes, the commercial world was removed, which it will be when that commercial market collapses, and eventually they're going to withdraw it in order to sustain themselves. So you better learn how to live in a natural world, better learn the language, the lingo, and alhamdulillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm teaching it to you now. I'm teaching you it. And yes, I'm saying I'm teaching it because that is what I'm doing. Okay? I'm teaching. As, prophets are ordained to do. Okay? So messengers are ordained to do. Okay, so like Michael, mashallah, the martyred Michael, He came to fulfill a prophecy. I was incarnated to fulfill a prophecy as well. Okay? And that is to school you, humanity. Okay? On the nature of their world, of their father's house and their mother's house. Okay? Because the mother and father's house overlap. It overlaps. Okay? And it overlaps at Pisces and Aries. And that's why they call it the Vesica Pisces, when the worlds overlap and they overlap and they create a circle within a circle. Then something comes. That's when, like the womb. That will be the womb, the opening of the womb, and something comes, and the baby comes through, right? So, yeah, I was incarnated to, mashallah, to deliver this message to you. So, and whether you believe it or not, I mean, it's not really, necessary that you believe who I am. But I'm proud of who I am. MashaAllah, the favor Allah has bestowed upon me. And I just pray that you receive this information. I pray that you receive this message for your own survival. Okay? Okay. My legitimacy, only my celestial accreditation, let's say, legitimacy, only, legitimizes, it supports the legitimacy, the truth, the divine consciousness that I'm conveying to you. So, eloquently, mashallah. Okay? And also, why did the video, as I said, why did the video stating about Miriam? Okay. Miriam, to demonstrate that, no, Miriam was human. Prophet born of her son was human. Okay? He had emotions just like everybody else. He ate from the market, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran. And if he ate, he also pooped, And poop always stinks. So, a metaphysical energy does not need to shit. Okay? Made of just purely energy, doesn't need to poop. Okay? And the job of the Antichrist Baron Dajjal, his job is only to clean up his job is a pooper scooper, okay? Because that was his job on the other side before he was incarnated, was to clean up the shit, to eat the shit. He's a shit eater. That's his job, to eat shit. So Allah, I pray to you that the Antichrist Baron Dajjal will continue to do his job in the physical world as he was do the job Allah, I pray to you, and Ummah pray too, that the Antichrist Baron Dajjal will continue to do the job he was to do in the spiritual realm, in the celestial realm, extraterrestrial, the celestial realm, on the celestial plane, that he was, that he will continue to do it in the physical, in his commercial world, and that is clean up the shit. Pooper scooper, he's a pooper scooper. Clean up the shit. Oh Allah, let him only be able to clean up the shit. Oh Allah, I pray to you, let that Antichrist Baron Dajjal only clean up the shit. If he tries to do anything other than clean up shit, punish him. Let him be burned. Let him be burned. Let that be his only ability to clean up shit. Let him have no other ability, mentally, physically, or emotionally. Let him have no other ability other than to clean up shit. Let that be his only ability, to clean up shit. The shit of dogs, cats, rats, birds, bees, flowers, humans. His only job is shit. His only role in life is to clean up the shit. And let him love no other job. Let him desire no other job. Let him want no other job. Let him get angry if they try to give him another job of cleaning up shit. I pray that, Allah. By your will, let it be so. Ameen. Ameen. Alhamdulillah. Ameen. Okay. So, anyway, so there are two parent pillars. Okay. Okay, we went there. Okay, so now, atop the 9, we said that is the one, only one, and that, do we read that? Yeah, okay. Atop the 1 is the only one, and that one is Allah, the creator of his universe, the celestial, and there is only one celestial family, one celestial family, all coexisting. I read that, okay, in perfect harmony, and two parent pillars uniting it all, connecting it all to the throne under Allah, just as in the family. There's only one father, one mother, and the children, right? One father, one mother, and the remainder is the children, right? One father, one mother, and the remainder is the children, right? And the father, mother, and the children are all connected to Allah. Okay? They're all connected to Allah. Okay? Okay. Okay. Now, in this most perfect celestial union, one can imagine how important marriage is. Okay? How important marriage is. Marriage is important to Allah. The union between man and woman, representing Nibiru, the Nubian nebula. That's what I want to put. Representing the Nubian nebula known as Nibiru. Okay, that would be the mother solar system. Okay, that will be woman. Okay, that will be represented by woman in the family. Okay, the father in the family would represent the son. Okay, or as I said, the son's name is Michael. So the father in the family would be represented by Michael. Okay, and that is why I call him the King of Kings, because Michael represents the son. Okay, the angel. Okay. The son, our angel son. Okay, now our virgin angel son, mashallah. May Allah barakallah fiq on our angel. Okay, and that is Allah, inshallah, Allah bestow Jannah upon him. Okay, now so, and the Vatican attempts to counterfeit the divine order of Allah, as it sits atop 7 heavens or 7 planets. Okay, it sits atop seven hills to represent the 7 heavens or the 7 planets or the 7 chakra systems. Okay, or the 7 sisters of the Pleiades, right? So with itself, and the Pope is to represent the pooper scooper, which he's supposed to represent the pooper scooper, right? But he salvages dead souls, right? So the dead souls, dead flesh, it's like poop, right? It's waste, right? Okay, and that's why they kill, to take the soul, to make the body waste, right? Okay, no, that's why they do the birth certificate, to make the body dead, right? A corpse. So they can salvage it, the soul, right? And control it, right? Okay. That's why the person's got to get out the birth certificate system, because it makes them a corpse, by which the Vatican, who sees itself as God, but the God of the dead, right? So it salvages the soul, right? Okay, through the birth certificate system. Okay, okay. So it sees itself God, but you think it's seeing itself as God of heaven and earth, the creator of heaven and earth. No, it sees itself God as of the commercial world. That's why of the physical world, it's physical, it's commercial world, and the drum is a servant of that, and that's why he went to the Vatican, right, and tried to revive it with the doctor. Brought the doctor, Martin Luther King, the dead doctor, right? The words of the dead doctor, and the father of the scene is the father of the civil rights movement, right? And the resurrection plant from Nubia, right? The resurrect life. Nubia representing the nebula, right? The Nubian nebula, Nibiru, right? The mother solar system, star system, right? Twin star system, right? To resurrect it, right? Laqad. Okay. So anyway, marriage is important. Marriage is important. Okay. But the Vatican sees himself as the God of the dead, as I said, and he sits atop to mimic, to try to counterfeit the celestial order, because remember, it's divine order. He's trying to create his own divine order, by which everybody's to go through this hierarchy. It's a commercial world, right? And it's commercial war, right? Protect American interests, right? Okay, abroad, right? Protect the dollar, right? Protect basically protecting Vatican interests, the central banking interests, and any country that doesn't have a central banking, they want to do war with it. Iraq doesn't have one. Iraq didn't have one. Iraq didn't want one. Libya didn't want one. All those he named, Iraq, Iran, North Korea, and Syria, they don't have central banks. So they want to go to war and put that in there, collect their souls, steal their souls, harvest them, and then they feel that they'll have total dominion over the earth. Okay, but as long as and that's why the Trump wants to get in there and do war, collect those souls, make them submit, use his drum, use his Trumpism to make them submit, right? Okay. Anyway, yield, bow down, right, to the their god of death, right, atop the 7 high hills, right, and which represent the 7 planets, 7 chakra systems, right? When he's really a pile of shit, bow down to a pile of shit, right? Is the and he's as I said, presently he's a pooper scooper, representing, trying to represent the mother and the father, right? As the Vatican, which represents, as he tries to represent the throne of the Holy See, right? The Holy Red Sea, right? But really it's an unholy sea of watchers, right? They want to be the Elohim, right? As I said, the mother and the father, and we're really a pooper scooper, and collecting the dead, and that's why they do the birth certificate, to collect the soul when the child is born, all right? Because they don't claim their own birth certificate. They don't claim their own live birth. They feel this life is something they figure the person has to claim. They have to claim their life. They have to claim their life. Claim it to who? Right? They have to claim their life. That's the game they're playing. If they don't, nobody claims you. The mother didn't claim it. The mother didn't claim the birth certificate. They didn't claim the live birth. So the Vatican claimed it, salvaged it, and using it as they will, right? Using it to do their will. Constructing a reality for them, a commercial reality for them, giving them all a job, minimum wage job, collecting, paying their taxes back, supporting the Vatican, right? Why not, from their perspective, if they're just empty vessels, no consciousness, right? Not in their right mind, right ascension, right? Okay. So, and they're watchers over the souls, the lost souls. Lost souls mean those abandoned souls. Nobody's there to care for them. No mother, no father. They were disconnected from their father through the birth certificate scam. And then that's what Bush referred to them as collateral damage, right? Okay, so those souls are being robbed, right, by the poop, by the poop. who claims himself to be the papa of them. He'll guide them. He'll give, and now the Vatican is dead, right? It fell. It's dead. So all those souls that were in the bank is just still in the bank, waiting to be claimed. But now it's time to claim your soul back. And they want to get it. That's why they want to get it going again, so that they can. They want to resurrect the Vatican so they can reclaim those souls. Now's the time for you to claim your soul. So they don't, because they're trying to take the time back, to a physical time, mind only, okay? Not a metaphysical time, but a physical time, okay? A time of man ruled, right? Where man ruled, right? Because Trump thinks he's the prophet, right? So when he's really the Antichrist, right? The servant of the Antichrist. So he wants to take them back, right? To that time and not let them move forward. So you got to claim your soul. Now's the time to claim your soul. Like, you can either change your name, but don't do it through the system. Just go be recognized by a new name. They can't, every work that you do, you have to do a new name, right? Or claim your name back. Claim your divinity. Claim your soul. But anyway, so, yeah, in all caps, right? So that all caps, all corpse name, right? So they're trying to resurrect it so they can reclaim those souls. They want to reclaim you. Reharvest. That's what they're trying to do. Okay? And then operate from Israel, the Most High, right? Aries. Okay? Okay. And be the father, and then reconstruct the world and continue to oppress and murder and mayhem and kill the Hebrew Israelite people while they steal the legacy. The legacy would be what? The structure of the universe and how it's ran and the divine order and where the energy goes. But do they really think Allah is the creator of this energy? Allah is the giver of this energy, this celestial black power. But they think they somehow can restructure it through their CERN, open up the universe, and somehow do battle with God, with Allah. These people are crazy. They're insane. And anybody with that consciousness is insane. And they're trying to drive the world insane. So any Zionists who don't know that, you better get out of Zionism. Okay? So they want to talk. They got their 7 hills, I think representing 7 planets, the 7 heavens, and he's really, like I said, a pooper scooper. The Vatican, which is supposed to represent the mother and the father, okay, and they want to reclaim the souls, okay, that are held in, let's say, a state of the of the Vatican, the dead Vatican, okay. Okay, and they want to reclaim them and continue to rob humanity through that central banking system that is on the verge of breaking down. Okay, so when it does collapse in America, let it die, let it go, let that central banking system go, let the Federal Reserve go, let it all go and go back. We got to go back to nature and use the structure of Allah's hierarchy as celestial energy is coming through, and use that to pursue our gifts and talents as to who we are. So mine, mashallah, is teaching. Mine is prophecy. Okay? I was created to do that. You got to find what yours is. Look through your natal chart, understand it, understand the times, the dates, and what it all means, to discover who you are, what your celestial purpose is. Then you will become whole, the metaphysical individual, and that's to the eyes of those evil spirits who would want to, in their eyes, should they seek to attempt to usurp any spiritual energy from my soul in their eyes. That's on them. Okay, to the Jazza Pence, Cafefe Drumpf, to the Vatican, the Pooper Scooper, Ratcliffe, the Wahhabis, the Zionists, Netanyahu, Curse and bind you. All of you. In the name of Allah. Now, Iblis. Okay. Okay. Leave humanity alone. Okay. So anyway, so they want to represent it all. Okay. Now, okay, so alhamdulillah, I'm done with that. Good. I'm happy about that. Where am I? Okay, I'm done with that. So I will say in this time, I will say, okay. Salam alaikum to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Salam alaikum to the family of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Salam alaikum to the ummah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Salam alaikum to the sahabas of Prophet, the companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Salam alaikum to my to Hamza. No, salam alaikum to my father. Salam alaikum to Hamza, and salam alaikum to the King of Kings, and salam alaikum to all the ancestors, okay? And salam alaikum to all Michael Joseph Jackson, the King of Kings, okay? The Son, okay? The glorious, glorious Son. Okay, Ummah, heaven is a physical place, yet some would have you falsely believe it is a pie in the sky night dream, okay? Daydream, a pseudo consciousness. No, it's not. Heaven, Jannah, is a real physical place, and it's a place our souls go when the body is completely and utterly exhausted, okay, and needs to be healed. And inshallah, when all of this physical, metaphysical life is comes to a completion, inshallah, Allah will rejuvenate the body, and that is resurrect the body to reunite with the soul, okay, that we lived in this life, in this physical life, this metaphysical life. And we will have our memories, we will know our families, we will have the same memory. So that is why you want to create a good memory. You want it to be everlasting, eternal. You want to create a life that is everlastingly, eternally pleasant. You want to do the best you can in this life to achieve greater satisfaction in Jannah, because you're going to have this mind. You're going to remember everything, because your soul is going to remember. You're going to recognize faces. You're going to eat food when your body's reconjoined with your soul. You're going to live in a house when your body is reconnected with your soul. Okay, so do not weary. And do not be despair. Do not give up hope. Allah is real. Allah is, Jannah is real. Okay, the body is replaced in the ground, but Ummah, when it's exalted, but Allah will rejuvenate it. Okay, He will restore the body so it can reunite with the soul, and inshallah, and you will be in everlasting splendor, not corrupted by any of this spiritual corrupt contamination.